You can start where you are and be living your best life if you know the secrets. So, we've all come across aesthetic, pleasant pictures of people living their perfect life, and you're like, when will I get there? When will my life become like this person's? When will I start living like this? But the truth is that your life as you are now, the life you're living, is someone's prayer point. So, I remember when I finished primary school, so I think then I lost my dad and I was going to a boarding house. So a day before the resumption date, we went to the east because we reside in the north, and a night before we were at the hotel and I fell ill. So that was because I was scared. And the next day my mom drove me to the school, and when we reached the school gate I started crying. So I remember she made a statement. She said in Igbo, Ogaha Digide, which means that it won't last forever. And that is just what I want you to know, that whatever you're passing through will not last forever. This too shall pass. You've come up across the same. And whether you're going through anxiety, you're going through depression, you're struggling with money issues, money to pay your rent, you're even struggling to feed, I just want you to know that that will not last forever. And as long as there is life, there is hope. So guys, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Oluchi, and in case you're new, I run an online business website for the joy paces, and here in my video I share business, faith, lifestyle. So you see people living their best life, going on vacations, traveling to Dubai, and you're in your house on your phone scrolling, and you're seeing all these things, and you don't know they're having an impact on yourself, and you start comparing yourself to them. Meanwhile, you're still in your parents' house, or probably you're struggling to pay your rent, you're struggling to feed yourself, you're struggling to do this, you're struggling to do that, and you're comparing yourself to those people. Meanwhile, your life is totally different from their life. And the truth is that your own world revolves around you. And just imagine that there is no social media. You won't even know what the person is doing. You won't even know how their life is. People you'll be comparing yourself with are people around you, maybe people living in your street or people in your community. Happiness or success doesn't revolve around flashy cars, good houses. You can start where you are and be living your best life if you know the secrets. So, the first thing I'm going to say is that your life mustn't look perfect like those you see online, you see on Instagram, you see on social media. Like, define perfect. Like, what exactly is perfect? Does perfect actually means that you live in a fancy house? Does it actually mean that you drive flashy cars? Meet those people, and some of them will tell you that they're not even living, like, they're not even happy with everything they've got. So I just want you to know that you should start finding joy and happiness in the little things you've got. Just the smile, like the sun, like your friends, and those little things you do. Start finding happiness off of those things, and enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the good health, enjoy the food you have, and eat it with pride and eat it with happiness, because your life is different from theirs. You see them traveling to Dubai, doing this, doing that, whereas you've got chores to do. You have house rent to pay for, you've got the, and you don't even know how they're living their lives, and you're comparing yourself to them. So your life is different from everyone else's life, and your own life is your own life, and you're a unique person, and yourself, you're unique from others. So the second thing I want to let you know is start where you are and start with what you've got. So I remember before starting my YouTube channel, or at the point I think I paused to my YouTube channel due to the fact that I started seeing videos of other YouTubers, and I saw that, oh, their background and the aesthetic, like their videos are looking so fine. I see their houses, like young girls like myself, and I paused and I was like, oh my gosh, like why am I not living in this kind of place? views? Like, why am I not even getting views? Like, why is my channel not growing? Like, all of those things. And the one person, the two persons who watch my video and be fulfilled, that alone is very important. And sometimes we are like, oh, I want to get 100 likes, I want to get that. But the truth is that even if one person is blessed by what you do, that's a huge impact. And you might not know it, but to that person, it is worth every other thing. Start with what you've got. So you don't have a cam, start with your phone. You don't have enough money, start drop shipping, start that business. You feel like, oh, I can't travel, I can't work out. Even if you don't have to live in an estate to work out on yourself. You don't have to have the best tracksuits. Wear that leggings, wear that top, and start working out. Drink water, stay hydrated. Like, what's the difference with what they're doing and what you can do? Maybe you're lying on your bed and you're there wishing, when will I start working out like this person? When will I start doing this? When will I start doing that? Stand up and start doing those things. You mustn't have those fancy things to start. Start with what you've got and start making good use of it. You're waiting till everything is perfect before you start, and you don't know the number of people that would have benefited from what you have started if only you would have just started. And then there's this saying by John Maxwell that it's better to look ahead and prepare than look back and regret. I know there's so many things in my life that I have not done, and I so much regret those things, and I'm like, I would have done this, I would have done that in my life, and I feel like, oh, why had I not done this? So it's better for me to look ahead. I'm already in. Like, I tell myself that this business I started, I've already entered, and the thing is to keep on moving. There is no going back because I've entered, and there is no room for failure. So we are going to move ahead, and that is where we're going. Use what you have and still do what you want to do. If it's that business you want to start. If it's a YouTube channel you want to start. You mustn't have a camera to start a YouTube channel. You can use your phone. You mustn't have a laptop. You can use your phone. Like, you mustn't have aesthetic pleasing background. Like, I've been using plain walls like on my videos, and who is complaining? Nobody. Just start with what you have and still achieve what you want. Don't wait till everything is perfect, because see, if you say let me wait till I get a system before I start, it will shock you that even when you get that system, you still won't start. That's just the truth about life. Then tell it to God and don't worry about it. No matter what you're going through, just tell it to God and forget about it. I've had so many instances in my life where I would want to handle those things myself, and I'll be so angry, like I'm just so worried. But when I go to God, I tell it to God, and I just forget about it, and God always comes through and He handles it for me. Take care of yourself the best way you can. I know myself, I struggle a lot with feeding well. I struggle a lot with so many things. So lately I'm getting to realize that I have to take good care of myself, because if I'm not healthy, I'm going to have hindrances, and I won't be able to achieve those things which I want to achieve. So exercise, eat well, eat fruits, a balanced diet, and just take good care of yourself. And mentally, what you're taking in, mentally, those things you're consuming, those things you're listening to, those things you're watching, has a huge impact to play in your life. Let me tell you, if you go on Instagram now and you start looking at Diane, you start looking at all these people, subconsciously you have the mindset that, when will I get there? When will I start living like this person? And you fill your mind with so many things like, I'm not worth it, I'm not perfect. You start looking down on yourself, whether you like it or not, and you start feeling like you're not there, you're not perfect, you can't even achieve this, and you start feeling angry unnecessarily. So instead, read books, listen to podcasts, listen to things that are going to, like, listen to Pastor Selman. He's going to shake your brain and make you to take an action. Divert from, just give yourself 1 week and start following and consuming content that are going to benefit you, and not the ones that will you spend 24 hours, and instead of benefiting you, you start feeling down about yourself, and you start comparing yourself and start feeling angry. So practice calmness. This one is very important to me, especially because there are so many things I would want, and I want it now. Whereas God is telling me, Oluchi, wait, and I go do it the way I want, and it end up backfiring on me. And I'm like, no, I would have just waited on God and on His own timing. Whatever you want in life, no matter the problems that are facing you, family problems, be it that you're struggling with this, you're struggling with that, and there's so many things you want in your life, be calm and start working towards them. Also, be grateful. Practice thanksgiving, the spirit of thanksgiving. Thank God for what you have. Like, your life now is someone else's prayer point, and you're looking at your life and you're like, oh, I have nothing, and you're worried. But what you have now is what someone else is praying for. Someone in the hospital, their only prayer point is for good health, and that's what you have. So even if you don't have good health, but at least you're still fit, you can stand on your feet. And even if you can't stand on your feet, you have your eyes. And even if you don't have your eyes, you have your hands. Like, there's so many things to be grateful for. A friend of mine once told me that, get a book, list out all the things you want. Because every time we talk, I'm like, I want this, I want that, I've not even achieved anything. I was like, get a book and list them out, and you will see there won't even be much. And I was like, are you sure? So I got the book, I started writing. It wasn't even up to 9, and I'm like, oh, this is what is making me worry. But if I start listing and writing out the things I'm grateful for, I would write out more than 50 things which I am grateful for. So start practicing thanksgiving and start being grateful to God for the things you have. So the last one is be sincere to yourself. It's very important. And I know I have this thought of, I don't want to be told the truth. I don't want people to see my weakness. I don't want people to see my flaws. But what I have to start practicing is, always tell yourself the truth and start working towards your weakness, and start working towards those things that you know you're not good at. And if someone confronts you with one of your weakness, don't feel sad. Work towards your weakness and practice to improve on that particular weakness you have. And we all have weaknesses, but then we all also have to be sincere that, oh, this is where I'm faulty, this is where I'm not good at, and start working towards ourselves and just try to improve to be better than we were yesterday. And then sometimes what most people want to do is, let me wear these clothes and post on social media, and then people will start hailing you, Bado, princess, you're looking beautiful, whereas you're still in the same place. The goal is to be better than we were yesterday, and not to try to impress anybody. And you don't have anything to prove to anybody but yourself. All you have to do is to be better than you were yesterday, and to be better than your previous self. You're not looking at, oh, I want to be better than this person. I tell myself, I want to be great. I want to be better than I was yesterday. And that's what I'm working towards. So all these points I've listed here are the things that I tell myself, and I'm strongly working on them. Don't see me as someone perfect. I'm full of imperfections. I'm working towards things I've listed, and I hope that they benefit you. So thank you very much for watching, and I just hope you find this video helpful, you find this video useful, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below and leave a comment. Any question you may have or anything you're battling with, I'm always there for you. Do have an amazing day. Lots of love, Oluchi. Bye.